For today's project, I will be using Premo Sculpey, and I already conditioned it off camera. It's really easy to condition to make the seahorse. I'm gonna start with a lump of clay. How big depends how big you want to make your seahorse, and I'm pinching one end to make the head. It's really an easy shape to do once you practice. Rolling the end so that it's a cylindrical shape, and I'm also flattening the ends because that's how their nose or their mouth look. Once that's done, I start pinching where the neck will be with my fingers, and I'm rolling as I pinch so that it stays in this cylindrical shape. And then I bent over, and that is the body of the seahorse. What is next now is to roll the tail, or what will be the tail, and we do this by rolling the lower end slowly into a tapered end until we get the desired length for the tail. You could go as long as you want it to be, just not too much so you don't have that many coils in it that it doesn't look proportionate. Once that's done, you start rolling inwards. And adjusting the position of the head. Now let's start working on the fins, the ones that go behind the head and will be first. First, I'm gonna pinch some from his head because I do find that the head is a little too big in proportion to the rest of his body. And I'm also not very happy on how the tail is looking, so I'm going to roll again to a longer tail so that I have a thinner end. I will make some final adjustments to the nose, but making the end flat before adding any extras to the body. Then I take extra clay, and I'm going to roll a piece into a spike, and I'm gonna use spikes instead of a fin on the back, just to make it more of a punk type of seahorse. And you could do anything you want here. You could roll the spirals or anything else as you wish. Now this is what it looks like after I put the spikes, and I also added some texture with the point of a pen, and I did indentations for the eyes. I baked it for about an hour and a half at 275 in a convection oven. This is a quick demonstration of the silicone molding making process. I did it with some wings that I have also made with polymer clay because I didn't record me making the seahorse mold. But you pretty much mix this until you don't see any marbling, and you have to act fast because the silicone hardens pretty fast, especially if it's hot where you are. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to use it. I have a small piece of soap dough here, and I'm going to start filling the cavities with it. I don't want to overfill because I don't want to have an edge to it, or not too big of an edge if I do. So I'm pretty much just pressing this soap dough in it, and then I'm gonna take a weight and remove the excess. I could also use a scraping tool for this, and you just run it along the edges. That I took too much. Okay, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 seconds or so. No, maybe less. And then carefully, I'm gonna start peeling from the edges and pushing it out. And I'm going to adjust the spikes. It looks like I lost one spike, but I can easily add it now that it's out of it by rolling extra soap dough. Perhaps I put too small of a layer.